Namaste friends, my name is Utpal Pathak and I am going to discuss today a special topic. This topic is about whether the chart of Narendra Modi ji is of Tula Lagna or Vrishchik Lagna, Libra or Scorpio, because there is a big debate and confusion prevailing because you have maybe few big names in astrology, in Jyotish Shastra, has taken his Lagna as a Vrishchik Lagna. So many people have started using this since long back. I think Shri K.N. Rao, respected Shri K.N. Rao ji had used, probably he was the one of the first who used his Vrishchik Lagna chart. And from then on, I think many people have started using it. I have first tried to see Modi ji's chart. That was my also first stint with a political chart. I have never seen any political chart before that. I have never tried to see also. So that was the first chart, and then I focused on his chart, and I found that Tula Lagna matches him, his personality quite accurately. So I did that time some analysis, and then came to conclusion that he is a Tula Lagna native. And then based upon that, I had written that article in December 2012 about his prospects in 2014. That article is available in my blog, Punya Prakop blog, by name Punya Prakop. So, because this question, this query, this dispute always comes again and again, whether he is a Vrishchik Lagna person or a Tula Lagna person. There is no confusion about the dates. That I will tell you how there is no confusion. So then I thought that this is a good time. Video recording of YouTube basically would be a very handy tool to put my viewpoints here. I will compare his chart on the basis of Tula as well as Vrishchik and try to make sense, taking few aspects which makes better sense. So let's start. You see on the screen, this is Tula Lagna chart, which I use it. 10:10 a.m. is the timing. I will tell you why I take this 10:10, 10 minutes, 10 hours and 10 minutes in the morning on 17th September 1950 at Vadnagar, India. Vadnagar is the North Gujarat, is in the North Gujarat, north of Gujarat. Because I am also Gujarati, I will tell you why this date is, because I think I have seen few people on the internet also using some completely different date. So I would like to tell them that 17th September 1950 is the correct date, because you see in Gujarat there is a prevailing tradition. Most Gujaratis, if they are Hindu or Jain or Buddhist, most Gujaratis will keep their name of the children, the first akshar, first alphabet of the name of the children, based on the moon rashi of the birth. So I have given a full table in my blog spot where I have shown which rashi has which akshar. So for example, Vrishchik rashi has two akshars, na and ya. So you see Narendra Modi ji's name is, the first akshar is na, and that perfectly matches with his birth rashi, Vrishchik. His moon is in Scorpio, in Anuradha Nakshatra of second Charan. So we can simply say that, okay, because when he would have born, His parents would have just checked with the local pandits or panchang that what is the Rashi today, and they would have found out or were informed that this is a Vrishchik Rashi. So the boy's name should be starting from Na or Ya, and then they would have given the name Narendra. So this is a tradition in Gujarati. So I can vouchsafe that this date is correct. Similarly, if you see Amit Shah's chart of 22nd October, then you will see that his chart, his name is Amit, starting from and if you see La and E are attached to Mesh Rashi. So whenever there is in Gujaratis, if a person is born in Mesh Rashi, then his or her name will be given with the start of La or E. So Amit Bhai's name is starting from So this is why, without knowing his chart also, I can say that his birth Rashi is Mesh. And if you see his chart, then his birth Rashi is Mesh, indeed Mesh. So this is because of my Gujarati tradition, the knowledge of Gujarati tradition, I know how practical it is there. I can be sure, I can assure you that Narendra Modi ji's chart is correct in terms of the day. Now timing is a issue which we are going to talk about. Most people are saying and taking his chart as a Vrishchik Lagna. Some people, which includes me also, who take his chart as Tula Lagna. Now, before I start with the aspects, I will like to clarify here that why this confusion is prevailing. This is a big time confusion. The reason, one of the reason could be that because his moon is in Vrishchik Rashi, and people who have the basic knowledge of Jyotish or who are interested in Jyotish Shastra knows that after Lagna, Moon Lagna is also of equal importance. Because Moon is a mind, and mind is in which Rashi, Moon is in which Rashi has a lot of bearings on the on one's mind, one's thinking pattern, one's psychological constitution of mind. So always you will find that Modi ji has the characteristics of Scorpio, and that is why people think that he is a Scorpio Lagna, because Moon is in Scorpio, and Moon is a very important reference, as I said. That is why people get confused, and they don't actually go deeper into that and try to think of this possibility that he could be a different Lagna person. So this is the reason why the Scorpio and Scorpio has come into popular belief. So let me show you, for example, take one aspect first, which I have also mentioned in my blog back in 2012. See this. Take this. What is one of the distinct thing about Modi ji, which is visible to all of us since last 19 years now, 20 years now, because he became CM in 2001, and since then on he came into the limelight. Many people were not knowing him. I mean, those who are normal people who are not taking deep interest in politics, who are not following Gujarat politics. Even I was not aware until he became chief minister first time. So you see here that the first thing comes to our mind is that Narendra Modi ji has a tremendous enemies. He has a lot of enemies and lot of powerful enemies. So that is one clear thing. You did not have to assume anything. We know this. Yep, there are many people who want to destroy him. Many powerful people. They are within our country. They are Indians, and they are also foreigners, I suppose. So you let me just switch this to the Scorpio Lagna. So Scorpio Lagna Kundali will be like this. Forget about the timing. We don't need to go into the Navmansh and other things at the moment. Take this as a Scorpio Lagna and see here. The Ripu Bhava. Ripu Bhava is a Shatru Sthana, which is the 6th house. So 6th house, this is empty. There is no Graha. This is a overt enemy. The 12th is a covert enemy. Both are empty. This house, this Bhava is not aspected by any other Graha. And the Lord Mars is in the Lagna in Scorpio own Rashi, along with the 9th Lord Moon. So you can say that, okay, this doesn't look like a chart of a person who has a powerful and tremendous enemies. I mean, very vicious enemies, relentless enemies. By this, looking at this chart with the basic principles, one can't make this judgment. Let us take it as a Tula Lagna. When you take it Tula Lagna, you will see that 6 is inhabited by Rahu. When Rahu is in 6th bhav, a person is surrounded by enemies. It's a clear thing. If you experience many charts, you will see this phenomena. That 6th place Rahu gives formidable enemies, powerful enemies, and many enemies. It's a different thing that it also gives the native the power of overcoming these enemies, power to fight those enemies. But then the first thing is that Tula Lagna charts clearly show that this person in question, who is Modi ji, has many powerful enemies. If you see here Mercury in the 12th, the covert enemies, also you can see that Mercury being in own bhava shows that, and with nodes shows that he has also the covert enemies, the enemies which are hidden. They don't come up, they don't show themselves. However, now we see that overt and covert, both types of enemies are long exposed. They have come out in open and they have shown that, okay, they want to destroy Modi ji from politics. So any person who has a basic and advanced knowledge of Jyotish Shastra would agree with me that Tula Lagna chart shows this aspect much better than the Vrishchik Lagna chart. Now, let us go to the another aspect. You see here, take Vrishchik Lagna. The another aspect I am going to talk about is the physical strength, physical power, prowess. Now, this is also one of the very celebrated thing about Modi ji, that he is physically extremely fit. He has enormous physical energy. He has enormous mental energy also, but right now let us focus on the physical energy. At the age of 70, he is fit. He can work maybe 18 hours a day without being tired. You must have seen him doing yoga. He is doing yoga since like 40 years as per his own statement. He has popularized yoga now throughout the world by means of taking it to UNO. And if you have ever seen him climbing the Air India, his Prime Minister flight, climbing the stairs, you see how effortlessly he climbs the steps, how smoothly he climbs the steps of the aircraft. So we all are aware that he has almost, unending energy, indefeat, what we can say in English, I don't get that word properly. Inexhaustible energy, physical energy. So how come this? Let us see from the Vrishchik Lagna chart. Yeah, Vrishchik Lagna, you can say that Mars is in the Lagna along with ninth Lord. Ninth Lord is debilitated, but that's fine. So yes, Mars in the Lagna gives that energy. One can say that. So now see Mars position in the Naumansh. In Naumansh chart, Mars is debilitated. Now this Lagna Lord as well as Moon Lagna Lord is debilitated in Naumansh. When the Graha is debilitated in Naumansha, it loses strength. That has been experience of Jyotish Pandit, and that is true also. So, yeah, Mars is in own bhava in Lagna as being a Lagna Lord. It gets weakened in Naumansha, being debilitated. Let us see in Tula Lagna. In Tula Lagna, the Lagna Lord Shukra is in Simha Rashi, the royal Rashi of Sun, and it is, though it is with Shani, but it is far away from Shani. You can say 15 degrees away. So which Shani is a Param Yoga Karaka of Tula Lagna. But the main thing is that Shukra in Surya's Rashi in 11th Bhava is also Vargottam in the Naumansha. When Lagna Lord is Vargottam and placed well in Lagna Bhav as well as 9th Naumansha chart, then you can, that scores better than in the comparison if the Lagna Lord is debilitated in Naumansha. Here, I will tell you one more thing. There is a respected astrologer, Jyotish Pandit, who thought earlier in 2012-13 time that Modi ji is very vicious, like Scorpio. Because he used to also take influence by Sri K.N. Rao ji. He also, the person also used to take it as a Scorpio Lagna and Moon and Mars in Lagna, and he gave his verdict that Modi ji is very vicious, selfish, who can backstab even his own mentors and own people. So all these things were prevailing. There is a lot of influence of media on people, and that was also one of the reasons. I had a argument at that time, and I tried to convince the person that no, he is a Tula Lagna, he is not a vicious person. Yes, his moon is in Scorpio, so he will never forgive, he will never forget. He will never forget his enemies. When the time comes, he will definitely try to destroy enemies, but he is not vicious. He is not a backstabber. On the contrary, he is a very royal person, a very large-hearted person. Now, if you take Scorpio Lagna, with Moon and Mars in the Lagna, yes, all the Scorpio qualities will be fully enhanced because Lagna and Moon Lagna will be the same. So it is like out and out Scorpio person. But you see, you don't find Modi ji like that, exactly like that. Modi ji is very large-hearted and very royal person. In fact, he never forgets his friends. See how he treated Advani ji. Even when Advani ji did a lot of opposition, when Modi ji was being nominated as the leader of the party in 2013, but he never disrespected him. He never uttered a word against him, and he tried his best to persuade Advani ji. And there are other cases. People know that he never forgets his friend. He never leaves his people in lurch. Take the example of Amit Shah. When Amit Shah was jailed and in 2010 in a false case, he never forgot him. He took him back once he got the bail. He took his care, and when the right time came in 2013, he was made the in charge of UP in 2014 general election. And rest is the history. As soon as the 2014 election was won handsomely with 282 seats, Amit Shah was made the party president. So he never forgets his people, his team members, his supporters. There is a royal halo around him, the glow on his face, the mannerism. He doesn't stoop down to the level of dirty politics which is being played by the opposition. So this is also one trait coming from. It cannot come from Mars in Scorpio Lagna along with Moon in the same sign. If you can check this Tula Lagna chart, then you see Shukra as a Lagna Lord in the royal sign of Simha can easily fit with the outer personality of Modi ji. Not only outer, the inner trait, because Lagna is intelligence, Lagna is wisdom also. So he has this dual, the amalgamation of these two traits. Beautiful, I mean, very balanced amalgamation. That on one hand, he is like royal. He treats people with dignity. He never forgets his friend and team members and supporters. At the same time, he silently destroys his enemy. Or rather, if we have seen that the enemy themselves destroy them, enemy destroy themselves most of the time. He has to do very little. In this Tula Lagna, if you check this Tula Lagna, also the balanced personality. This is very important point. You see, the balanced personality which he carries, you see the equanimity which he carries, the balanced attitude with which he conducts himself in public life, never loses his cool, remains perfectly calm. His intelligence is always sharp and logical, rational. This comes from Tula Lagna better. You cannot explain this from the Vrushchik Lagna. Let me tell you one more thing. You see, Modi ji is also famous for his speech. His humor, his sarcasm. They say on Twitter he is a master troll. He speaks at a very opportune moment, not always blabbers. So his speech has this sharpness, this humor, tinge of humor, fluency, and the attractiveness. This comes from Mars and Moon being in the second bhava. The touch of Mars on the second bhava gives this particular ability in speech. If you check from the Scorpio Lagna, Vrushchik Lagna, you have this Lord Guru, this bhava is empty and the Lord Guru is in the fourth. So this can give you a good speech, sweet speech, because Guru is influenced mainly by Shukra from 10th, but it cannot give that sarcastic humor. The attraction is in a speech which mesmerizes millions of people. That has to have effect of Mars or Ketu. So Moon and Mars gives that attractive, that hello. His speech can, enthrall millions. That can come if you consider his chart as a Tula Lagna and Moon and Mars placed in the second bhava. Now let me take one more aspect. This is marriage. Now marriage, we are aware that he was married when he was like 17 years of age or something, 17 or 18 years of age. And then I think his marriage was never consummated and he left his home and also his marriage. So you see here, now let us try to see this aspect from Scorpio Lagna. If you check Scorpio Lagna, 7th Lord of Vivaha is Shukra, and Shukra is placed in 10th bhav. Now, Shukra is aspected by the 2nd and 5th Lord Guru, who is retrograde, Vakri Guru. Now, if 7th Lord is in 10th, aspected by Shubhagraha Guru, who is functional benefic as well as natural benefic, and the 7th bhava is aspected by Lagna Lord along with the 9th Lord. So Lagna 9th combination is a kind of Raj Yoga, and that is casting his aspect on 7th bhav. seventh bhav has no malefic influence except the influence of Saturn. Can you say with the Jyotish principles, basic principles, that this person had a almost negligible marriage, or had no marriage, you can say. He was married, but then there was no marriage. I think you cannot say this. Seventh Lord in 10th, aspected by Jupiter, seventh Bhava aspected by Lagna Lord Mars. No way one can say. One would say that, okay, this person is quite happily married. And spouse being from quite a royal family or influential person in career, something like that can be said because Venus is in the 10th house, a very prominent spouse. But you see that the reality is not this. Reality is different. Let us see if this reality, what we know, which is public in public domain, let us see with Tula Lagna this can make sense. Now with Tula Lagna, the seventh Lord Mars has gone to second bhava, and this Mars is debilitated in Naumansha. So seventh Lord has gone to the eighth sign from the seventh bhava, because Scorpio is the eighth. If you count from the seventh bhava, Scorpio is in the eighth bhava. So seventh Lord has gone to the eighth bhava. Seventh Lord, the Mars is also Marak Lord in Tula Lagna. Trouble Marak, because he's the Lord of both the Marak Sthana. Marak Sthana second and seventh. And this is debilitated in Naumansha. So this shows that debilitation of Mars, seventh Lord in Naumansha, shows that this person is completely disinterested in spouse, or rather marriage. This can make sense. You can say that yes, now there is some sense is there. He got married, yes, but the marriage did not last. Immediately he left. I think maybe 2-3 months after marriage he left the home and left the spouse also, because he was not interested in sansar. I think maybe the parent, because of the parent force and the prevailing social situation, he got into marriage. Maybe he made a mistake there, and he realized it, and then he came out, because his life was not meant to be as a sansari and as a normal household person. But then how can it explain? So then this can be explained with this Tula Lagna, where the seventh Lord is with a debilitated graha in Lagna chart, Rashi chart, and also the seventh Lord is debilitated in Naumansh, which shows his disinterest, as I said. So here also Tula Lagna makes better sense. I wouldn't say that. See, the thing is, you have to be very, you have to make a balance. You are aware that even many aspects will be shown also by Scorpio Lagna to a lesser extent, or even to a greater extent. Few aspects will be, because he is also Scorpio Moon, as I said, because Moon Lagna also has an influence. So there are some aspects where Scorpio Lagna also shows it quite well, but then we have to just weigh the balance, whether it is a Tula Lagna which shows better or Scorpio Lagna which shows better. So which I showed this 3 or 4 aspects, it is clear that Tula Lagna shows it better. He is not a vicious personality like a Scorpio Lagna would have it. Scorpio Lagna and Scorpio Moon would have it. He is a balanced personality who has the Scorpio traits. I would put it like this. Let us go to one more aspect, and that is the aspect of Adhyatma, the Virakta Bhav from Sansar. We are all aware that he left for his own search of Adhyatma. He roamed around, he went to Ramakrishna Mission and also went to Himalayas. So, in search of the inner light. For that, you have to see the 12th bhava. Okay, there are many things to be seen, but just general case, we can say that 12th bhava shows the spiritual aspect. Now you see here, 12th lord, if you check Tula Lagna, 12th lord Mercury is in the 12th bhava, exalted but retrograde. And with the Ketu. Ketu, people are maybe aware that Ketu has the portfolio of highest Adhyatmak bhav. And here Ketu is with the 12th lord. 12th lord also is seen, 12th house is also seen amongst other about the quest, inner quest of freedom, moksha. So moksha karaka Ketu is with the moksha bhava graha Mercury. Mercury is exalted. So that is why Tula Lagna shows it fittingly well that this person had or has always that inner fire somewhere burning for Adhyatmic sadhana. You take Scorpio Lagna, the 12th lord Shukra is in the 10th bhav. So this is not that you can't straight away say that some spiritual quest is there in this person. 9th lord in the Lagna with the Lagna lord shows the religious traits, dharma, dharmic pravrutti, dharmic vritti, a desire to uphold dharma. So this is there, yes, but not in particularly the desire for moksha, desire for journey of adhyatma. This is not shown in Scorpio Lagna chart. Tula Lagna chart shows, as you can see here, is very well. Whether he was able to pursue it or not is a different story. Yeah, he couldn't, because he had a different purpose. His destiny was different. He had to do something about the country and the people. So he was, I think, as story goes, we do not know how exactly if it is correct or not, accurate or not. But I think Modi ji has himself said this, that he was told to go back to the world and work for people, work for nation. This is like, for example, if I go for the Bhav Chalit, and we will see that all this 5 grahas combination is in the 11th Bhav. So that is how you see that the 12th Bhava gets empty. So though there is a quest for spiritual, I mean not spiritual, adhyatmic sadhana, but then it is not in practical life, it doesn't materialize. He has to work. He has to get engaged himself in the worldly activities. Anyways, now people will tell me There was a question also to me some days ago on Twitter. If this is because a person has taken his timing, though Tula Lagna timing is taken, I think 9:35 or something like that. And I was asked whether why I am considering it's 10:10. I would give a short reply to this. That 10:10 I considered as the accurate time, this which I found from the net in 2012, and then I think maybe the same time or 10 o'clock or 10:10. But then 10:10 was the time which I zeroed in upon. Just check it out, the Dashmansha chart, which shows the carrier. Focus on the carrier, zooming in the carrier. You see this chart, whether you take this different versions, you take the traditional Parasari version, or you take this version. Here you see that the 10th Lord and 2nd Lord has a parivartan. Yani Shukra has a parivartan. And 10th is full of grahas, including Sun and Moon political grahas. The Lagna Lord Mars is in 12th, and 12th Lord Guru is in Lagna. Guru and Mangal has a parivartan yoga. Lagna Lord and 12th Lord. 2nd Lord and 10th Lord has parivartan yoga. This is a Simhasan yoga. 2nd Lord and 10th Lord parivartan is a fantastic yoga for career, which can, if the chart is powerful and destined, then it can take a person to a highest office in his whatever career he or she chooses. So Shani Shukra, and you see Shani Shukra is also in Lagna, very important grahas. Shukra being Lagna Lord, and Shani is a Param Yoga Karaka. Param Yoga Karaka because for Tula Lagna Shani is out and out fantastic planet. That is why it's called Param Yoga Karaka, because it's the Lord of 4th and 5th bhava, simultaneously Kendra and Trikona Adhipati. So on it itself, standalone, it has a lot of power. So the same grahas are in exchange in the Dashmansha Kundali, Dashmansha Varga. And along with that, you have Moon and Sun, which are political grahas, very important political grahas, and Mercury in that. And Lagna is with Guru, which is the 9th Lord. Rahu is in 3rd Parakram Bhava, is fantastic. It's one of the best places for Rahu. So you see how powerful is the Dashmansha chart here. Extremely powerful. You can say that, yeah, this is a very powerful person, like a prime minister level or the world level leader of the world level leader, global leader. It's a very powerful chart. And one of the most important things is that there's an exchange between Guru and Mangal. Lagna Lord and 12th Lord, which I pinpointed earlier. This shows this is a giver. He's a giver. 12th house is a giveaway. Sacrifice. So he sacrifices. His career is of sacrifices. He wants to give to the society, which is quite matching with life and career of Modi ji, as we know. So that is why I have taken this 10:10. And whenever if you see, there are few other things which I am not going at the moment. For example, if you check the Dasha thing, Dashas, Nakshatra Dasha, Vimshottari Dasha, and you see that his power, his ascendancy to the power started in 2001, October 2001, when he was made a chief minister, replacing Shri Keshubai. When it came, if you see Shukra, Mahadasha, and Shani Antardasha, it came that event of rising in the political field as a chief minister came in Shukra Mahadasha, Shani Antardasha. Here see Shukra and Shani. What is Shukra and Shani? Shukra is in the royal Simha Rashi, political Rashi, along with Shani, which is Param Yoga Karaka, as I said, and the same Shukra Shani are participating in the Simhasan Yoga in Dashmansha chart with a Parivartan. Shukra and Shani as a Parivartan. And in the same Dasha Antardasha period, he got his first chief ministership. And from then, we know the rest is a history. So that is a part. I am going to do another session for completely assessing Modi ji's chart and his future prospects. That is the next part. But this part I wanted to just limit it to the argument between, synthesize the argument between the Scorpio Lagna and Tula Lagna. Which is the Lagna? There is no doubt that is Scorpio moon. His birth Rashi is Scorpio moon. His birth moon is in Scorpio Rashi, Vrishchik Rashi. But this confusion always pops up every time. So I think probably this video will make people think about it, that his Tula Lagna fits him well. If you see his outer personality, inner traits, his surroundings, his aura, then Tula Lagna. Also, for example, he likes to be very particular about his clothes. Yeah, he likes to be well dressed. Yeah, he doesn't like to be like like other politicians who just make a show of not of being like just putting up some clothes, like Rahul Gandhi just wearing some jabba and white color this thing. So this is not like Modi ji. Modi ji wants to have a pressed clothes, good clothes. He likes to remain good looking. And that is also Tula Lagna and Shukra as a Lagna Lord. I think this is enough to conclude that Tula Lagna fits him better. I have other arguments also, but I think the videos will get a little longer. But these are the main points of argument, which I thought that at least somebody who is taking him as a Scorpio, that again I am repeating this, that there will be Scorpio traits in his personality because his moon is in Scorpio. Remember, there will be the personality traits. There are some events also will be justifiable by, okay, one important thing which I missed. Sorry, I will also have to take you through this. He got a grand success in 2014 on 16th of May when BJP won with thumping majority and got 282 seats, and he became the prime minister. When it happened? It happened on 16th of May 2014. Forget about the timing, is not important. Just we will take this as a Scorpio. Let us take this as a Scorpio, because his moon is in Scorpio. Okay, that day also the moon was in Scorpio. So take this reference as a Scorpio. Now take the transit on that day. And during that time, the main important transit of Rahu, Shani, Guru. You see here, from birth moon, Rahu, not only Shani, Rahu and Shani are in 12th. His Guru, if you see Scorpio Lagna, if you take his Lagna as a Scorpio, Guru as a 5th Lord is passing through 8th Bhava. Guru is in 8th Bhava, Rahu and Shani is in 12th Bhava. Can you normally imagine that this is a time of great success for him with the transit wise? Suppose not. No. Straight away no. So there are some people who are steadfast. No, transit must be seen from only the birth moon. No, this is not right. Jyotish Shastra is not, you can say, it's not, it is flexible. It has avenues. It is like one has to approach it as open-minded. You have to see whether it works or doesn't work. We have given the liberty of checking it, the principles on the charts. And there are so many contradictions. So you cannot have the fixation. Lagna is also important to see the transit. Please remember this. This is my advice after 3 decades of experience. Now check it out, this transit from the Tula Lagna. And Tula Lagna transit, you have this Param Yoga Karaka Graha Shani exalted in the Lagna. The Guru is in the 9th. And this makes sense. And the Lagna Lord Shukra is exalted. This makes sense. So this is, if you see Vrishchik Lagna, if you take his Lagna as a Vrishchik Lagna and also Vrishchik Moon, transit of Rahu, Shani and Guru, Rahu and Shani 12th and Guru in 8th can never give you that grand success which he got. Okay, he became Prime Minister in Sadesati is quite fitting. I think I have put this point in twits because Shani also gives you grand success in Sadesati, depending upon your karma and depending upon your chart strength. Shani our most prime ministers have become prime minister in Sadesati, because Sadesati also gives you tremendous responsibilities. That all fits very well. So leave that point. At the moment, we are not discussing that. We are discussing that Rahu and Shani both in 12th from Lagna and Moon and Guru in 8th cannot make you a prime minister or cannot give you the grand success which BJP got under leadership of Modi ji back in 2014 on 16 May 2014. But it can be explained if you take Tula Lagna and transit of Rahu, Shani and Guru from Tula Lagna, also the Lagna Lord Shukra exalted in transit. And the Maraka Lord Mars relegated into the 12th bhava. Okay, I can go on and on this. So this is also transit. I can also show the transits in other also other, for example, take the transit of, I don't know, but you can take the transit of 2001, October 7, 2001, when he was become the chief minister for the first time. That was the historical moment where his sun risen in our political horizon. So if you see here, take this Tula Lagna. Take this Vrishchik Lagna. Now you see Guru and Rahu in the 8th bhava. You cannot have this. You cannot have it Guru and Rahu in the 8th bhava. This is not a good transit. You can say at least this is not a good transit. If you just check from the Tula Lagna, yes, you have this exalted Rahu in the 9th bhava along with Guru. This can give you some success. This can give you some success with the Mars in 3rd bhava, Mars and Ketu in 3rd bhava. There is also one more thing. I think this is the last thing which I will put in across, and then hopefully people would agree with me, or at least people would have food for thought. Shukra Shani, as I said, he became the chief minister. He was like parachuted, you can say, to chief ministership by replacing Keshubhai Patel. He fought his by-election afterwards in February 24th February 2002, so that he can then become officially, he can remain chief minister. So you see that Shukra Shani, I already told you the importance of Shukra Shani along with this D10. Even if you take the Dashmansha chart of Parashari, traditional Parashari, also you see this, the same Shani and Shukra Parivartan Yoga is already there. So that apart, I wanted to show something else, that he did not, he was like, he became chief minister unconventionally. Somebody lost and he became chief minister. Somebody was removed. So this is like a function of the 8th bhava. 8th bhava is like, it can give such a situation, suddenness, and the ascendancy with someone's loss. Because Shukra is not only the Lagna Lord, it is also the 8th Lord, and 8th Lord in the 11th bhava. So he gained power suddenly after removal of one chief minister in office, because the chief minister couldn't handle, because of his age and perception, that he couldn't handle the aftermath of the horrific earthquake which struck in Gujarat, devastating earthquake. So then Modi ji was parachuted to a chief ministership, and this also shows well with Tula Lagna because 8th Lord is involved here. So this is my arguments, and that is why I have actually no doubt whatsoever in my judgment, which I took in December 2012, that Modi ji's chart has to be Tula Lagna chart. And I had one discussion with a minister state minister in Modi ji's cabinet in Gujarat. I had a personal discussion, and he had confirmed me that he is born at 10 o'clock. Okay, then I have taken it 10:10 because okay, he had at least confirmed that he is born at 10 o'clock. This is after I met him, after I had already taken the chart of Tula Lagna and did my article. Afterwards, I met him in Gujarat, and he had confirmed this to me. Okay, this is a side note. I don't want to depend upon that, but I want to depend more upon what is my assessment here, which I expressed in this session. So thank you very much, friends. This is my arguments, and hopefully this would be useful to you. Thank you for attending this session. Om Namah Shivaya. Om